like my helicopter rides.
My journey so far has seen me lost in the toes of a gigantic evergreen foot. To be precise, the Millennial Maze on the Wiltshire-Hampshire borders.
Venus 3 o'clock low.
I've also toured the impressive anatomy of the big boy of Dorset, the giant of Cerne Abbas. And I've whizzed round a new national icon, the splendid Spinnaker Tower in Portsmouth.
Onward and upward. Well, I've left Hampshire behind and I'm heading into West Sussex at a speed of just over 100 knots. So we're going like the Cappers. The weather isn't quite as good as it was before, but it's still set fair. Visibility is good, and we're on our way to more aerial explorations. First stop, Goodwood, but not the racecourse. Here we are, we're virtually dive bombing the Cass Foundation for Contemporary British Sculpture, and we're arriving at a work that I think is popularly known as the Stairway to Heaven.
This is the first piece that you see if you land by the back door, as I've done, and it's by an artist called Danny Lane, and it's called Stairway. Like a lot of the work here, it's not necessarily intended for a rural setting. To me, this definitely feels like a work of art destined to end up in some corporate plaza. Maybe I'm wrong. It's made of steel and glass. It's like a sort of solidified fountain to me. All the works here are for sale. The Cass Foundation operates on a non-profit basis by selling the work and then commissioning new work. This particular piece is £190,000, which is just about the same cost as our beautiful helicopter.
I know which one I'd rather take home.
I really like this piece. I think we should have landed the helicopter there, and this should have been the first thing that we saw, 'cause this is real sculpture. It's called Passages, Origins and Circumstances, which I won't hold against it. It's by an artist called John Isherwood. You can even just about go in. It's so smooth, so it's a sort of kind of mirror image effect. You get this really rough stone on the outside. Inside it's as smooth as silk. Ooh. Anyone who likes, like stone sculpture will respond to this piece.
Like all sculpture parks, it's a bit hit and miss, but I love these works by Tony Cragg. This wriggling steel sperm's called I'm Alive. He created it after he'd been cured of a life-threatening illness. And this swirling abstract, part machine, part living organism, feels almost good enough to eat.
I think the world's a better place for having things like the Cass Foundation in it.
We're in Littlehampton and I've just spotted the East Beach Cafe, which is a funky new building by Thomas Heatherwick. A new jewel in Littlehampton's, perhaps the only jewel in Littlehampton's architectural crown, or maybe I'm being harsh. That's rather lovely, although a bit tantalising because I'd love a cup of coffee, but we haven't got time to stop.
Okay, Neil, we're finished, so we're going to carry on.
Just to show how rich this part of England is in art to see from the air, we're going to pay a visit to another one of those mysterious chalk figures, this time the Long Man of Wilmington. Look at that. It really is an art gallery. They have hung that on the wall for us. Like a lot of the chalk figures, he's another one of these rather mysterious men, and I suspect from looking at the rather wonky outline he's been much changed over the centuries. There's debate about when he actually dates from. He could be 12th century, but some people think on the basis of similarity between him and certain figures on Roman coins that he might be much earlier as the 4th century. Basically, he's an enigma, he's a mystery. He's holding 2 staffs, so it is said, although some believe that they were once a scythe and something else, a rake, something relating him to fertility rights again, but it's all guesswork, particularly in the case of this chap. I like the idea that he might be opening a door into the infinite mysteries of the pagan world. But to be honest, I think he's a much altered ghost of a relic of something that was once there, but I can't imagine that if you came back here in a nice time machine, transported yourself back 1,000 years, I suspect that what you found would look extremely different from this. But anyway, I've enjoyed it. He's certainly beautifully displayed on the gallery wall of the hillside. So long to the long man, we're heading home. The sun's low in the sky, we've got these beautiful long shadows, this wonderful soft honey-coloured light. It's fantastic. And we're running out of petrol, so we've got to go home. That's the end of my art from the air, part 2. I hope they'll let me do another one, but until then, your art critic in the sky signing off.